Hello, my friends. Aloha all across internet land, coming to you live on multiple platforms for another session of Quantum Questions. Hey, everybody. Hey, Kim. Thank you. And if I am amazing and awesome, if I am, I accept the possibility fully. And if I am, you're the one seeing it. So what does that actually say about you? And I'm not rejecting the reflection. I'm just saying, look what's reflecting it. You know what I mean? Hey everybody, aloha, 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 aloha. So you know the drill by now. If you come on, those of you who say, well, Brian, every time I come on, I always say where I'm joining from. That's okay. It isn't for me. It lets everybody else that's new, let them get a feel for what kind of gathering is actually happening here. So if you will, if you want to, come on and say howdy, aloha, where you're joining from. Hey everybody, Kurt, Andrea, Philemon, Fiona, Leanne, Darcy, Kim, I see that. So you have clicked the button for StreamYard. Thanks, man. I'm glad you're on with me. Hey, let me see. I want to show something here. Somebody right before I went live already commented and tagged somebody else. Hey, come check this out. I just want to say, for those of you who are sharing this with others, listen, I would message them or I would in the comment, I'd say, listen, this is going to be weird. I'll explain later. Just come check it out. Or take a minute to explain to them what we're doing. Because I don't know about you, but if I landed on this, if I was even remotely normal and I landed on this and this crazy long-haired guy standing around with a bunch of crystals asking questions about everything people say, I would be like, what the hell is he smoking there? So, yeah, for whatever it's worth. All right. Marianne, good to see you over there in Quebec. Aloha, aloha, aloha. Let me get down the list here again. Those of you, if you notice these comments, notice how I can see you folks, whether you're on one platform or another, right? Those of you that are in my unconditional happiness group, if you're watching this live from there, I'm not going to be able to see who you are. It's going to look like this to me. So what you can do is either click the StreamYard thing or click on my name and it'll bring you over to my page and I'll be able to interact with you. So Australia, Kurt, Sharif, great to see you. Thank you for that. I appreciate that reflection. And you are phenomenal as well. Mary in Georgia. Hey, hey, hey. Always good to see you again. Peter, Christine in England. So we got Belgium, England, Georgia. They're near each other, right? Scotland, South Florida. Hey, Darcy. Trinidad, Tobago, Philemon, Connecticut here with me. South Africa, Rochelle again. Hey, Steve in Orlando, Coventry, UK. I don't know. It just sounds elegant. I don't know anything about it. All right. More UK. Hey, Candy. Good to see you. San Diego. Angela. Brisbane. Saskatchewan. I just like saying that word. I don't really care. Hey, Crystal over in South Carolina. That's my daughter, y'all. Let me give her a hug. Excuse me for a second. Love you. Now hug Michael. Michael, hug my girl. Oh, you guys right there beside each other. Boom. Boom. Another weirdo in Belgium. All right, that works for me. Weird is phenomenal. Weird is where it's at. Let's be honest. Hey, Kate. Hey, Christy in Alabama. You just always show up, don't you, girl? Hey, Lori, good to see you again over in Oklahoma. All right, we have our first. Corinne, you just got it. You just clicked the thing. Now I can see who you are. Hey, April and Michael in Tennessee, Janine in Benicia, California. So I got my first question to do some quantum questions on. So let's get right into it. Always can count on Andrea to start trouble. Love that woman. All right. How is accepting all that is different from releasing resistance to all that is? You have to take the letters and rearrange them and take some out and add some in, and you'll have exactly how it's different. Otherwise, it's the exact same thing. They are the exact same thing. The idea of releasing resistance is not really necessary. It's a mild overcomplication. However, because almost everybody thinks in terms, and if you watch the questions, how do I let go of? How do I release? How do I get rid of? I just use it to make it easier to understand. All righty. Let's see what else we got. Hugs coming back. That made it worth it for me. And Jennifer and Tarashay, aloha again. All right, here we go. Welcome, Mercedes. All right, and I got two things that just came in here. All right. Sharif, watch this. You have two things in this sentence that you don't want, and you have one thing that you do want. The two things you don't want are going to basically guarantee that the one thing that you do want can't happen. So, watch this. Why is it true that money flows from me? I am the source. I am the one, and I finally admitted it. Therefore, since I am the source, money flows from me and can only serve and benefit me. And why is it that since I choose to let money actually continue to work for me, that it does? Why is it when I released, I don't want to be in the rat race? And when I released, I don't want to have to work for money. When I let those two things go, all that was left was money working for me. Why was I able to relax in the presence? I released and I just sent it out into the universe. Money works for me. Why is it that money works for me? Why is it that money is bringing more money back to me? Money flows out from me and brings friends back. And why do I enjoy that? Why is it so magical? Why do I dwell reminding myself, well, no matter how much money I have, there's more where that came from? Wait, came from. That means it's coming. Oh my God. Why is it true that no matter how much money I have or don't have, there's more where that came from? Why do I rest in that? Why do I smile with that? And when I do, why do I look and suddenly there's more money? No affirmations, no opposition. No, I want this, but I don't want that. No. So as every time, as you bring your issue to me and I reflect it back to you with quantum questions, if what I say helps, even if it wasn't your statement or question, if it helps, comment, give me some feedback. Let me know what's happening out there. And if what I say brings up more questions or, oh, wait, I think I could get more clear on that, bring that up and I will continue with it. All right. Hey. Deborah, always good to see you. Always so good to see you. Second guessing. Why is it that I smiled with humor when I realized that I couldn't second guess unless I was first guessing? And when I relaxed and I stopped guessing and I instead started asking questions. I mean, why is I realize if I guess, I got a second guess. I mean, is the second guess any fucking worse than the first guess? I don't know. I think it's the third guess is bad. Like that's the worst, right? No. I stopped guessing. Why did I stop guessing? And why did I not stop guessing? Why instead did I simply choose presence, which doesn't guess? Presence is. Presence knows. Why did I choose presence and suddenly land in beautiful balance of certainty and uncertainty with total confidence? And why did everything change? Why did I lay down my victimhood and lay down my blame? Why did I admit all is one? And in that moment, I actually realized and re-realized I can never be scammed. No one can scam me and no one would. The only thing that could ever happen here that I would call a scam or any of that, the only thing that I could perceive as a scam is if I thought there were scammers, which would mean that scamming is in me. So in other words, why did I accept the possibility that maybe what they did, those people that I thought scammed me, why did I accept the possibility that what they actually did, they were an angel reflection of myself, reflecting to me my belief that I can be scammed and my feelings of being unfairly treated. And when I took fucking responsibility for it, instead of accusing them of scamming me, instead of seeing myself as the victim of scammers who needs to scam, why when all that shit disappeared in the presence of I am reflecting whatever I think and believe that I know and all the emotions that I don't want to feel. Why is it when I took total, complete responsibility for it, the possibility possibility of fucking scamming or being scammed disappeared back into infinite possibilities, never having to repeat again. So why in that moment did I turn towards the people I called the scammers? Why did I turn to them and say, wow, you infinite angel, miracle messenger, and reflector of what I believe. Thank you for doing that so that I would have the opportunity to either blame you or feel my feelings and wake up on this topic. And when I turned to gratitude to the one I had called a scammer, I stepped into a level of relief and grace and forgiveness beyond what I ever imagined before. Don't want it. Experience it. Aloha, Kathy. Fiona, you've been around for a while. You've been around enough for me to reflect back to you with candor and intensity. So I'm going to do it. Why did I stop unconsciously repeating again and again and again that my thoughts were feelings? Why is it that I just said to myself, you know what, if I'm going to be on those damn sessions with Brian, I'm going to stop wasting my fucking time and I'm going to actually listen and hear what he's saying and apply some of it? Why did I realize that my mother let me down isn't a feeling? It's not even remotely a feeling. It's a delusional thought. So why did I just okay, wait. When I perceive and think my mother let me down, what do I feel? I feel sad. So you could ask, well, why do I feel sad? Why is it when I think my mother let me down, I feel sad? And why is it that when I stop and feel the sad, and I breathe and I feel the sad and I find the sensations that come up in my body to be felt from all those times when I was little that my mom didn't fully connect with me and I didn't feel like I was getting the love that I needed and I didn't feel safe? Why did I follow that sadness down into those roots and let it dissolve back into infinite possibilities so that I never again had to perceive that anyone could ever fucking let me down? Crystal, thank you for sharing it with Johnny. He sure would benefit. And I don't know if he knows these are happening and if he will prioritize it. And thank you for sharing it. Okay. If you ever wanted a perfect example of what I say every single time, if you wanted a perfect example, here it is. Okay. Are you ready? When I was little, I had the perception that my dad always paid more attention to my sister. Now, I don't actually know beyond the shadow of a doubt that he did, but I know I perceived that he paid more attention to my sister. It's entirely possible that if I asked her, she might say, well, no, I felt like he was paying more attention to you. But ultimately, it didn't make me feel like a fucking black sheep. I'm sorry. I'm not correcting you. I'm reflecting back to you so that you can undo this delusion and get out of the pain immediately. Now look at this. It made me feel like the black sheep. Could anything be more insane and more delusional? And I'm not criticizing you. We all have these things until we wake up and don't have them anymore. What the fuck does a black sheep feel like? I don't really know. Do you? Now, watch this. Now that we both have children, I can't help noticing he gives my sister's children more attention. Is there any possibility that you're perceiving that they get more attention? Is there any possibility, and there's other people around who agree with you and perceive and reflect it to you, that they're getting more attention? Is there any possibility of that? Why is this bothering me? I want to let it go. But now watch the last sentence here. But it comes back from time to time. Does it come back? Like, what does it look like? Does it crouch like a tiger when it comes back? Or is it like a black sheep? Batting differently than a fucking white sheep? I don't know. Do you? I don't know. So here's what I'm going to do. Let me move this out of the way. Why is it that I finally stopped the story and the fighting and the battle and the delusion and the confusion and the crazy and the madness? Why'd I stop? I found Brian's book, gave it away for totally free. #1 international bestseller that comes with a bunch of valuable videos. He gives the thing away for free. And I finally got it. I read it. I reflected on it. I watched the videos. I learned how to breathe myself into presence exactly the way he said. And suddenly in that presence, I noticed, wait a minute. When I think or notice he's giving more attention, when I notice that and I perceive that, what do I feel? I feel sad. I just got out of that endless fucking loop of insanity and delusion. I feel sad. Fuck, who knew? I feel sad. I wonder if I was thinking all that shit to avoid it. Maybe there was sadness in me and he was doing that over and over and over for all those years. Just like Lori thought there was a scammer. He was doing all this thing to give me the chance to feel the sadness that I kept denying and blaming him for. And the sheep, what the fuck does sheep have to do with it? So no, I feel sad. Let me dive in and feel the sad and see what happens. Why is it that when I dove in and I felt the sadness with all my love and all my attention, I followed the things Brian put in that crazy ass book, Break Yourself Up Addiction, that he gave away for free. I did the breathing. I did and suddenly, lo and behold, I got to the other side of the sadness and my dad started spending more time with me and my kids. Why did I finally wake up? Feel the feeling. Stop thinking the thoughts. All right. Now watch this statement about negative. I dig it. Perceived as negative. I'm with you, Kurt. I'm gonna show you why I highlighted that in just a minute. Okay. Why is it when I'm so positive, I still have so many negative people around me? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Some of you that have been following me for a while, you know I'm about to have some fucking fun with this one. Why is it that I finally realized that being positive creates only the illusory polarity of negativity all the fuck around me? Why is it my effort to be positive is what creates all the negative? Because there is no positive and negative. So you're telling me there's negative people. In other words, do they walk around with like a minus sign? Like, or do you have a plus on you and they have a minus? What the fuck are you talking about negative people? Where did you get that idea that they're negative? There's people around you reflecting you, baby. They're reflecting you. And if they feel anger or sadness or fear, they're going to say and do things. And if you would look at them with understanding and kindness and seek to understand them, you wouldn't be labeling them negatively now, would you? They're people that are scared and sad and afraid and angry. So if you keep meeting them with all your bullshit positivity, what, you sure you're positive? Are you sure? What is positive? Why did I wake up and realize that the only place that positive and negative exists is on a fucking battery? Why did I realize that positive and negative are mental judgments that I bought along the way? And I've been suffering and fucking alienating everybody around me ever since with my endless judgments of what's positive and negative. And when I got that, why did my whole life and perception completely change? Why did I stop lying to myself? Now I want you to look at this. I'm 20 minutes into my 15-minute commitment, so I'm gonna wrap this up in a minute. You ready? You ready? Look at this. I am a victim of these thoughts. I mean, the thoughts just won't stop. They're not only there, they're not only repeating, they're going around in circles. Like, look at them. They are making it hard for me to stay in the present. Those damn thoughts. Hang on a second. Wait a minute. Let me choose presence. Why is it that when I breathed and chose presence, the thoughts vanished every time? Well, somebody likes it, right, Crystal? All right. Why is it that when I perceived, see, I cleverly didn't say I feel empty. I'm getting clever enough now. I know how to dodge that shit and say, I perceive that I feel empty. And it's familiar, which means that there has to be a feeling I've been avoiding for quite a while in order for this to be familiar. So why is it that when I stopped and I said, when I perceive feeling empty, what do I actually feel? And when I ask that question, I found a sadness that I had thought was too great to welcome. It was too big to welcome. It was too scary to welcome. And I instead dove into it. And what I found was a well of emotion and feelings that had been calling for my attention so frequently that I perceived it as a familiar space. And I let go and I dropped right into it, knowing I wouldn't die. It didn't kill me when it happened. It sure as hell ain't going to kill me to feel it. And I felt it. And I cried until I went through my 3 months of toilet paper that I stored since the beginning of the pandemic. And then that emptiness was no longer familiar. All right. My work here is done. 24 minutes out of my guaranteed promised 15 every single day. Now, I'm not complaining. Hey, baby, you guys want to hear something funny? Check this out. I love that dog. All right. I'm so glad she walked in at that moment. I'll see you tomorrow. And why don't you bring some friends? Just let them know what they're getting themselves into. Pretty amazing today, huh? I love you. See you tomorrow.